Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Stringer's Notebook. I'm your host, Joel Huerto, editor and publisher of OneManFastBreak.net. Before I dive into today's notes, please hit like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And feel free to drop in a comment or two. Every opinion you hear around here matters. Back with me is Imantas. He follows European basketball pretty close. He does a basketball newsletter, a Krepshimo Ritmu. You can follow him on X. All that information is below this video. For today's episode, we'll talk about EuroBasket, what happened at EuroBasket. Also, we'll talk about the 2025-2026 NBA season. After what transpired over the summer, I am willing to bet that these four teams will have a super season. I'm looking at the Milwaukee Bucks, the Houston Rockets, the Orlando Magic, and the LA Lakers. And the reason why is all their best players played at EuroBasket. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Alperen Sengun, Franz Wagner, and Luka Doncic. And all four of them crushed it. And Imantas saw a lot of the EuroBasket. What do you think about those four players and how they performed?
Yeah, well, we can start off the final winners, Germany, and I think that Franz Wagner is getting more of a leader role in today's Germany's game, since they have a new coach, not and he gives him a role which is bigger, I think, than the one that we had with Gordy Herbert, and also I think Dennis Schroeder is starting to respect him more since earlier, like in the World Cup, Dennis Schroeder he just saw him as a young guy and didn't believe that he could do so much. But right now, he just proved in the final and leading up to it that he can play and he can play good. And that gives him confidence, which can definitely convert to the Orlando Magic success.
I will give you props because you correctly predicted Germany would win the gold, and they did.
Yeah.
And props to you. I said Serbia. I was wrong. Although I did say Turkey was my dark horse, and they won the silver.
Hmm.
But yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Wagner is a rising superstar, and with what happened in EuroBasket, I think it's only gonna help him. Usually, when a superstar player has a really good summer, it carries over to the NBA season. So I expect big things from Wagner, Shingun, Giannis, and Luka. And also, I don't understand why NBA teams keep either trading Dennis Schroeder or cutting Dennis Schroeder. That guy turns into Superman whenever he puts on that Germany jersey. I don't know what happens to him, but man, he just crushes it every time he goes in FIBA.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the NBA, I think that Dennis is just a sort of one game player. He isn't that consistent as we saw with Slovenia, and he can't perform consistently. That's why he's getting traded, and also he just has a bad character. He's as a leader of Germany as his national team, he's gonna be good, but in the NBA, I think I've heard talks that he has a bad character and the coaches just can't deal with him.
Dennis has had over his career in the NBA, he's had that reputation that he can be a little. He is hard to coach, and I think he did had some run-ins with Coach Herbert. Uh,
Yeah.
so that's not nothing new. But man, he just turns it up a notch in FIBA. Like his game in the gold medal game down the stretch in the last minute of that game, he had a left-handed layup, and then he hit a jump shot over Osmani that pretty much clinched it. The man's just clutch. I still like Shooter, even though he's a journeyman. I still like the way he plays.
Yeah.
Shingun, I think we need to stop calling him Baby Jokic because man, he is the Istanbul now. I'm gonna start calling him the Istanbul.
Okay.
He's just a bull. He's just a beast. He just beasted people throughout the tournament. I think he averaged 21 and 10.
Yeah, he averaged a lot, and also he just proved himself by beating Serbia in the group stage. I mean, that's just he just proved that he's no baby no more, and he can just come up, and he came up to the second place. I mean, that's good enough. Even though he was sad during the All-Star 5 calling, but it's all good. I mean, Turkey's gonna come back. World Cup is around the corner as well. I mean, they can, if Şengün translates his game to the NBA, he gets more confidence and it leads Houston Rockets to maybe the Western Conference Finals. That would be a huge leap for him, and that would give him all the confidence in the world to win the World Cup even, since USA is gonna be a lot weaker there.
Yeah, Turkey's definitely a powerhouse now that Şengün's the centerpiece. I really think the Rockets are really going to be good this year. I know they had an injury. Fred VanVleet tore his ACL. That's a big loss. A veteran point guard, probably out for the season. But I still think with Şengün as the lead guy, I think now having led Turkey to a medal, it's only going to give him, like I say, it's only going to give him confidence for the season. And I think he's going to have a great year for the Rockets. He's now the centerpiece. He's now the guy. I know they're bringing in Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant's only going to be like a veteran presence. He'll help him space the floor, but Şengün is the man in Houston. They will build around him, and I think he's only gonna get better this season.
Yeah, with the addition of KD and Houston, I think they're gonna get more scoring than they had before, and also a voice in the locker room, which will most likely help the young guys during the playoffs especially.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was kind of what hurt them in the playoffs last year. They're a little young, and Şengün can be a little immature. he he had a little beef with Giannis. They went a little back and forth at EuroBasket. Although I think they squashed it, but
Yeah.
still, I don't mind the trash talking. Şengün is confident. He's a confident guy, and he doesn't mind the physicality and the little trash talk. So yeah, he's got a little dog in him. He's got a lot of fight.
Yeah, he just doesn't have any idols, I think. He's an idol himself,
He
and
feels like he's the idol.
yeah, and he just plays like one. He just has all the confidence in the world. That's what gives him the edge in play, especially for Turkey.
Yeah, and the way he plays, like he's very like Jokic. He's consistent, and also he's very comfortable in the high post area. He can handle the ball a little bit. I mean, he can bully ball. He can play bully ball. He can do that too. But his game is has evolved to the point where he can pretty much do everything now. And I think the only thing that he can improve on is his defense. But I think only get better.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to hit the weight room a bit, and it'll be okay.
Yeah, no, I think having Steven Adams on his side, it helps him in Houston, so you don't have to play the five all the time, and he can be free to be a playmaker to do what he does. Because I mean, Turkey put him in. That's the other thing with Turkey. They understood what they have in Şengün, and they took advantage of every single skill set he has. And I think that's why they succeeded because the team was perfectly built around him. I mean, they had Osmani, Jetty Osman was fantastic, and Shane Larkin was also fantastic. So a well balanced team.
Yeah, Ergin Ataman as a coach, he from EuroLeague, he always uses his players to their max potential and coaches them to the way they need to play, and always gets 100% from them. Although he may be a little, I mean, controversial and get a lot of texts, but he can coach a team to victory, and he almost did it in against Germany, of all teams, which are world champs by the way, and now Europe champs. So
Yeah, going back to Germany, I forgot to mention that they are now in the lead company having both the EuroBasket trophy and the FIBA World Cup trophy. That's pretty rare.
yeah. I mean, if Lithuania hadn't had injuries, we would have had third place by now.
Yeah, the Djokovic injury really hurt them. I think they were able to do it for one game, and then after that, they couldn't do it again. And yeah, the Djokovic injury definitely hurt.
Yeah, it hurt a lot. All the fans were in shock, in awe, if I can say so.
Do you have an update on Djokovic? It would
He's out for the entire season
okay. That's
with bummer.
unfortunate. That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
but
And
he'll
I
be
and I
back.
think that's why a lot of teams, their club teams, NBA teams are afraid to play their guys because they don't want to see that. They don't want to see injuries.
Yeah,
But like I said before, injuries can happen. I mean, Fred VanVleet tore his ACL in an off-season workout, so it
yeah,
wasn't even FIBA. So it can happen anytime. But I understand. I understand. It's an investment on these clubs. Uh, they don't want to have their players spending way too much time in tournaments because yeah, you can get hurt. But
yeah. Injuries are always a risk, but I mean, you're playing for your national country, and I mean, I think that's more of an honor than a risk. The teams should understand that. I mean, the players play for their country and carry the flag and want to make their national country succeed in tournaments like this.
I totally agree, and it's a perfect segue to the next guy who I want to talk about is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, talking about like playing for your country, playing for your flag. I mean, he wears it with honor. He plays hard for his country, and he loves playing for his country and with his brothers on the Greek national team. And you can just see the joy when he plays for Greece. Whenever he puts on the Greek jersey, like he wears it with pride. And he was very emotional when they won bronze. And he even called it. He said that this is one of the biggest accomplishments of my basketball career, which is saying something. This is the same guy who won an NBA championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. But he said there's no feeling like representing your national team, representing 12 million people that breathe and live this national team. And yeah, one of his greatest accomplishments. And I tend to agree with him.
Yeah, I mean, Milwaukee is the team that drafted him, so it meant a lot for him then. But it can't compare with bringing home a medal for a country that he has history with, a lot of history, and since he was a little child, and he had the dream to play for it. So I mean, that's just the goal, to win a medal for it, and he did it. So I mean, it's more achievable than an NBA championship.
Most American players, uh, they do play for the national team, but I don't know if they fully realize, like, especially for European countries, like how important FIBA is to a lot of these guys. Like it's like it's their main one of the main priorities to play for the national team, and I really admire guys like Giannis and Luka, Jokic, established NBA superstars play for their national teams. I think it's really cool to see them play there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the American youth system has to do something with it, the NCAA and stuff. They just raise the kids differently than in Europe. I think that's the main reason why the games are so different. I mean, the Americans can go like Durant or LeBron can go to play for USA, but I don't think they carry that much pride in their flag like Giannis or Luka. So they just leave blood, sweat, and tears on the floor, while the Americans are like, ah, we won, we are the world champs, yeah, let's go. But like, it's not tearing in their eyes to win it.
Yeah, we're a bit spoiled. Like we keep winning gold, and we get angry when we don't win gold. Teams like Greece, you could just see they won bronze, and they were so happy. Like they hit the podium. That's an incredible achievement. They haven't hit the podium, I think, since 2009. So it's been a while. It's been 16 years. And I think the last time they hit the podium, Spanoulis was on the team, and it's kind of cool to see Spanoulis, the head coach, leading his country to another bronze.
Yeah, I mean, Spanulis, I mean, Giannis said that he'll leave the national team when Spanulis leaves, and I think Spanulis ain't leaving anytime soon.
No, I
So
don't think he will be. No,
I
he'll
think
he'll con-
Giannis will be there a long time.
yeah, as long as Giannis is playing, I think Spanulis will coach the national team. So, which is pretty smart. It's a smart move on his part.
Yeah,
But yeah, Giannis. I mean, the game against Turkey, that was, it was pretty epic. Two NBA stars, Sengun and Giannis, going at it, and then Giannis just absolutely putting Greece on his back in that bronze medal match against Finland. Finland was another surprise team. I didn't see Finland getting in the podium, but props to them. And I really like. I know Lauri Markkinen got all the pub, but I really like their 18-year-old player, Mika
yeah.
Murinen. I think he's going to be the next big thing in Europe.
I think, yeah, he signed with an EuroLeague club with BC Partizan, and I think he's gonna have a breakout year this season since his playing style. I think he's a high flyer. He loves to dunk and he loves to hustle a lot for his teams. So especially with the early coach, I think Obradovic, he's gonna just dominate. And I think when it comes time for the draft, he's gonna go high. If not first, the third pick.
I love his game. Yeah, like I said, he attacks the basket. He has a little bit of a nasty streak. You can tell he's very emotional, and he wears it on his sleeves. And he plays different. You can just see there's a different physicality to his game. Even though they call him Slim Jesus. I don't know if that's a cool. I don't know if that's a good nickname for him, but he plays aggressive, attack the basket. He makes 3-point shots. He has a decent handle. I think he can improve on that. If he can improve that and the three ball, I mean I think he's top five in the not the 2026 draft, but I think in the 2027 draft when he will be draft eligible. So I like Mika Murinen.
Yeah, I mean, if he improves, I would even have him going first pick since he has the height and athleticism. I think he's the future of the NBA.
He'll be the next big European superstar. Markkinen will pass down the mantle to him. He'll have the responsibility of carrying Finland for years if he wants to for years to come. So yeah, he's the next big star. I totally agree. I love his game. He really brought it. I think he was named the rising. I think this is the first time they gave an award, the Rising Star Award in EuroBasket, and he won it.